What's going on, everybody? My name is Paul. Thank you for joining me here at All In today. So today we are going to be finishing up Kentucky Route Zero. We've done all the interludes, we've done everything, so now we're on to Act 5. I have an idea of how I think this is going to end. Because, you know, this is it. So we're pretty much saying, hey, where does this all go? Where is this going to lead? If you're caught up to this point, then you know that Conway has been taken by the skeleton people that work at the whiskey place, and he's pretty much gone. He wasn't in the last part of 4, for the last 40 minutes or hour, somewhere on there, I think it was. Shannon's kind of taken over for him. I have an idea that going back through my videos and thinking about how things could play out, I have an idea of how I think it's going to end. So what I want to do is I'm going to actually write it down and I'll show you guys at the end, because I don't want to do any spoilers or anything like that, because I don't know. I have no idea how this game's going to end. I've never played it before. We've all taken this journey together. But if you could, what I would like you to do is, if you're watching this on your television or whatever, jump on your phone on YouTube app. Actually drop me a comment down below and let me know, before you get through this, let me know how you think this is going to end. This is probably going to be another 2-parter, so just so you're not going to see the end on this video unless this act is just really short. But please do me a favor, drop me a comment and let me know how you think this is going to end, because there's many ways this could go, and I'd like to see how everybody thinks this is actually about to end. So I'm going to actually write down how I think it's going to end real quick. Again, I haven't looked anything up or anything. They've kind of gave us a breadcrumb trail of how, if it ends on a positive note, I think I know how it could. So I'm going to write down how I think it could end on a positive note. All I got is this envelope right here that I'm going to write on. So I'm going to write that. My handwriting is really bad, by the way. Alright, that's how I think it's going to end, and I'll show you at the end of this what I wrote down. To see if I was right, maybe I was wrong, maybe I think this is how it should end. Like, this is the way that I think this game should end, how they could like kind of turn it all back around and end on a more positive note. But if I know anything about this game, it probably won't, because I think they want us to be sad. Anyways, let's go ahead and go in. I just thought that'd be something fun for us to do, to kind of, we've all went through this together, so just kind of see how it's going to end. I'd love to see what you guys think, how you guys think it's going to end, though. Oh no, the horse. Shannon, give me just a minute. That's everything, right? Give me just a minute. How did this all fit in that truck? I'm afraid you carried more than your share. I'm afraid you carry more than your share. No, I'm used to it. TVs are pretty heavy too. It's so bright. No, I'm used to it. How are you holding up? I almost forgot about daylight. Yeah, I almost forgot about daylight. The sun is shining. I think it rained. So we hear. It rained a lot, I mean. The worms are going to be out for sure. May I use your phone, Miss Shannon? May I use your phone? Oh yeah, shit, the battery's dead. Aw, who you calling? I was gonna call Julian. No, I thought you might have some games on there. I was gonna call Julian. Who is Julian? He has a phone? Yeah, obviously. So, where is 5 Dogwood Drive? I don't want to haul this stuff any further until we know exactly where we're going. Yeah. I'll go scout ahead. I think I see some houses over there. I'll go scout ahead. Okay, holler if you find anything. It's a nice morning for a walk, but a bit muddy. Oh. It's pretty sad. That's a damn shame. That's what you call it. Was Ron the guy from Un Pueblo de Nada or whatever it's called? You know, from... Well, what do you know anyways? Sorry, I'm just upset. The cat didn't even do anything. Come on, Ron. Reassuring meow. You're right. Okay. This is the cat, if you remember. Okay, I can't. I don't know if I don't know what is going on. Okay. Well. Okay. So I guess I need to talk to everybody. I'm sorry. I'm trying to drink this in. Like, I really don't know what's going on right here. Shannon and Clara. This cat is fast as heck, though, boy. Junebug and Johnny, strange to hear noises coming from the well. There's that weird sleepy singing again. It's like two people talking, but not to each other. Talking to themselves, maybe? They're each alone. Maybe they're on the phone. Johnny shades his eyes with his hand. You think the truck's okay down there? Sure, I doubt any thief could get it started. It's lost, but they don't seem to mind. I don't think any thief could get it started. I didn't mean to run off. Okay, and just a cat screaming down a well. That's a good song name. This cat is like ethereal. He can just walk right through stuff. Look at that. Okay, so let's go. Another cat. Go check on this cat. Cat, go see this cat. Hello, fellow cat. Alert meow. A slithering sound from somewhere in the grass. Oh, was it a snake? Cautious meow. Silence. Oh, what the? What is that? Is that a person? What is that? Go cat. What are you? Who? What is that? What is that? What is that? That's weird looking, right? Okay. Wanda snores softly. Who the heck is Wanda? Oh, somebody's sleeping right there. Yeah, this is weird. This is pretty strange. And now you return to Chicago. Just taking one last look. And now you return to Chicago? Oh no, I'm heading to the Ohio next. They have a few great burial mounds I want to revisit. Eventually, I think I just drive a couple burial mounds. There are a few burial mounds out there by Dayton. I always love to see. Really special. This is kind of a research trip for me. I'm an artist and I make stuff like this. Where do you exhibit at? Outside, out in the fields, forests, away from the roads. I have one in the grass by an office park in Indiana. I think people sit on it and eat their lunch. It's beautiful, right? The big mound. Why did they build this huge dirt spiral? Most of the ancient earthworks are thought to be burial mounds, but this one definitely isn't. To be honest, I don't know what it was for. It's just art. It's all just art now. I don't know what it was for. Okay. This shouldn't have happened. We should have prepared better. Oh. Is there anything I can do to help? I mean, I can run between your legs. All of us. But most of all, that damn company who built this place and left it only half built when they pulled out of town. Damn shame. So this episode so far seems to be very different from the other ones. The other ones all kind of had like the same setup. This one just seems to be like very open, very like kind of just you're exploring. I'm a cat. That's pretty weird. It's not a Marianne. So not too sad. No. I think it should be happy. Nikki. Marianne, right. I don't know if I know these people. It's a remembrance. Right. Like a monument. Totally. So they should be represented with dignity and respect, of course. Of course. But not to the point where it makes everyone feel they have to be serious when they're standing under it. What kind of monument are they talking about? Does that make sense? No, yeah, it definitely does. I think I have an idea. What monument are they talking? I don't. Great. I'll just dig in. Thanks, Marianne. Happy to help. I do wish the dialogue moved a little bit faster, though. Yeah, I guess right here we're not really supposed to know what's going on. Hey, it's Emily Ben and them. Think it'll rain anymore? Nah. I don't see any clouds. Hell, it'll probably rain anyhow. Just our luck. Assertive meow. Oh, there's the cat. Oh, really? Confident meow. He thinks it's gonna rain again tomorrow. You speak cat? Nah. I don't know, man. Animals have a sense for the weather. What's up with all these cats anyways? Is this like a cat town? And why am I a cat now? So I thought that our main characters and these three characters didn't exist in the same time. I thought they were in the, future part, and I thought our characters was in the past part. Or maybe like all this is like timelines converging is my guess of what's happening right now. But the people that just got out of the well, which was us, sees the rain, right? They see that it's flooded. Now I'm confused. Are those people? What is that? Those people hugging? What is this? Paints and chalk in a small bag, diary in the large bag, stuffed dog in the small bag, photograph of Chris in the large bag. No. In the small bag, Sandra couldn't decide. Should she keep the photo of her husband or should Alex keep the photo of his father? Diary. She wrapped the diary in a towel before stuffing it into her bag, feeling slightly silly doing it. Fraser had been on a tear collecting all written material as community property lately. All written materials. She was sure he couldn't possibly have meant even a personal diary, but was she sure? She set everything down, closed her eyes, massaged her temples, and wondered, not for the first time, how Fraser had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. How had he done it? Had he in fact done anything at all to claim his incredible lattice of influence, or had they simply blindly given it to him? Okay. Wait, they just disappeared. Yeah, I can't even pretend to know what's going on at this point. So if you guys are lost, don't worry, I am too. But I mean, they're obviously setting something up, so I'm sure it'll come around. Wanda snores softly. Who the heck is Wanda? No, no, no. Cheerful meow. Wanda sleeps peacefully. Okay. I don't know specifically what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe go check out that big house back here? Yeah, this is like a weird hodgepodge of stuff going on. Like it's like future stuff, present stuff, past stuff. Alert meow. A croak reverberates inside the smoker. Excited meow. A frog slips out into the grass, too quick to see. Okay, right on. Wait. Okay, well let's go see what's going on over here. Clara, this headstone has no name on it. Who's this here? All I can read is better days. Better days ahead? They put their better days to rest here? Better days ahead? Better days for whom, though? The one who died or for the rest of the town? Or maybe dreaming of better days once more before going into the ground? That's all. There's another shadow figure right here, though. The seer reclined high in a tree, carving fine details on a small wooden pipe tree. She loved this spot, the height, the distance. She was always at a distance, watching everyone. From this height, she could see the earth movers, shaping the mounds under the draftsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he made for her from her game, the map. Trippy, man. This is all so trippy. Ron's still talking about they should have prepared better, I'm sure. Man, this does suck, Ron. That's a lot of livestock dead. Horses dead. You truly hate to see it. Oh. Oh my god, dude. This is like... This kid is fast. What kind of fish are those? Nikki Tarasoff. They were beautiful animals too. No, I should say. What kind of fish are those to Ezra? They're goldfish. They eat algae and mosquito eggs. Very helpful. Sounds like a good job. I'm surprised they survived the storm, actually. It was pretty bad, as you can see. Devastating, I should say. Some weren't so lucky, and now I'm writing this poem. I'd like it to be hopeful somehow, but it just keeps coming out sad. Come by this evening and hear it for yourself. No, I'd like it to be hopeful. And you can come by and, you know, see it, or whatever. Waffles for any weather. I do like waffles. I don't know if I'm more of a waffle guy or a pancake guy. It's according to my mood, honestly, but probably waffle, if I'm being honest. George scanned the shelf. He quickly found the book he was looking for. There were only a few dozen left. More shelves than book now. The results of an experiment called the New Selection. Privately called it Purge. But only privately, in small groups of reliable complainers. The unspoken rule was to hold back criticism as long as possible. Experiments needed to unfold naturally without the interference, no doubt. George would have preferred to complain more freely. Even the scheduled feedback circle session had been losing their teeth lately, he thought, a trend that coincided with Fraser's increasingly central role in the community. Fraser proposed and executed experiments just like any other community member, but his experiments had a scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of community life to the next in search of excess cutback. Lately, he turned his sight to the library. The New Selection meant decimating their store of books according to Fraser's own inscrutable criteria. Now, we are guaranteed something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more time lost to printed chaff. Shape, whatever. Fraser's colorless voice echoed in George's mind. He felt like spitting. Instead, he tucked the book under his arm and set off to the woods. Sounds like some Fahrenheit 451 type shit. Greeting, meow. Oh, hi, kitty. Where did you come from, huh? Follow a bird up here? Actually, I'm following some kind of dragonfly. Why? I don't know. These folks, the one who built this thing, they chase birds too. Okay. Oh, they chase birds too, pretty much. Intrigued meow. Really? That's what they wrote? They followed some migrating birds up here from Central America. Somewhere up to Florida. They went from Central America, what? To Florida? And then here. Skeptical meow. Well, that's what they wrote anyway. This cat ain't listened to a word you say. I guess it might have been a metaphor. What about this cat? Look at all those burbs. Alert meow. A lizard darts out from beneath a rock. Cautious meow. No sign of the lizard now. Okay. So random. Hey, it's Ezra and what's-her-face. The one that wanted us to watch a boat sail or whatever. Wow, how'd you get out of there? There must have been a pretty nice pigs if they let you ride them like that. How'd you get out of there? I slipped into a stream and held my breath as it carried me deep underground. I was able to climb a tree, and from there I spotted a secret path. Then what happened? Then I found the library of television. Later I had to cross a desert of broken glass. My shoes were ruined almost immediately. They look okay to me. Wow, did you cut your feet at all? Terribly, but I persevered. I stepped very carefully around the sharp bits, but the sharp bits were everywhere. The desert was every different color, all at once. I was overwhelmed. At first I could barely see anything, but then a bit of moonlight broke through the clouds. It was so intoxicating. I was swept away by its beauty. Just remembering it now, I might start crying. No, I'm okay. I spent a lot of time looking at the moon tonight too. Did I tell you I discovered the place where all the garbage goes? I was traveling with some strange companions for a while too, but not as strange as yours. There was a strange woman who I think was a witch. She talked a lot about herbs and rituals. I'll try to remember some later. She gave me a magical amulet for protection, but I lost it. I spent most of the night in the company of a bus driver. By far the most memorable companion were the Martians. They were silly and lazy, and I think a little drunk. But I found them charming in their own way, in the end. I had to lose them in a hedge maze. They were friendly, but very demanding. Maybe that's going to be their second game. We get to follow her story instead of Ezra's. I got to ride in a big truck and a tugboat. I hung out with an old dog and some musicians. Yeah, that's probably the coolest part, the dog and musicians. I think we both had quite an adventure. Wow, I'm jealous, but I won't let it ruin our friendship. We should stick together. Well, maybe I'll see you at the museum sometime. We should stick together. I agree completely. It's a nice idea, but you should stay with your friends. I think they still need your help. Yeah. We do still need you, Ezra. I can't lose you too, Ezra. We've lost too much already. What's this guy doing? Oh. Ooh. Ugh. Ugh. I'll leave that to you, Ron. Will this still fly? Will it still fly? Oh, yes. She got banged up a little in the storm. It's a cool looking plane. I'll have her up and running again by this afternoon. I'm sure. Can I fly it? Well, how's your upper body strength? Ezra's strong as hell, boy. It's good. Really good. This old girl is operated by pulleys. I mean, 100% mechanical. Well, except for the throttle. Clyde. I don't think I recognize a Clyde. I could do that. Ezra could do that. I admire your confidence, young man. Yep, just a little bit metal. I'll have her skyworthy again in a matter of hours. Wow. I've been doing this a long time, kiddo. Let's see what we got in these trash cans over here. There's a trash man. At first, they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day, when everyone was at the plant. They let it sit overnight, alone and strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. The truck reminded him of New York City, which he'd visited by bus, and which had made a great impression on him, especially the mountains of garbage that dotted the sidewalk. The truck didn't smell yet, but it would. A glorious patina built up over a decade of progress and labor. Of course, there was nowhere to drive it. Even Ron conceded that. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe finally get started on that damn messianic ditch. Messianic. Still, they had a few things to dispose of. Broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. Okay. Let's see what this is all about. What is that? Elmo gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting at the community college, so no surprise there. Nikki showed her the video data bank. Nikki. James demonstrated the sand and image processor. And then Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. Video data bank. The station had a great collection of videotapes made by local artists, along with a huge library of what looked like home movies. There were tapes about local politics, the weather, video dream diaries. Rita was eager to start contributing her own work. It was nothing quite the radical guerrilla television crew she dreamed of joining. This group seemed more interested in sharing the town's home movies than cultural jamming and interfering with corporate stations, but she liked the focus on local concerns. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unraveling, knew from experience what that looked like. But as she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. She studied their faces and found concern for sure, but also something like relief, hope, and awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might have been daydreaming. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something of their own. Ron said the TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? So, wait. Rita and them talking about this being built, but as we can see right here, dude, this timeline is so wonky. Like, I am very confused by this timeline at this point, because they're talking about building it. In the last episode, we saw as the flood happened. This is, I'm guessing, what happened after the flood, because look at it. I mean, this is what we, in the last episode, this is where we were. This is the crow. This is, you know, so this is like the slow-mo There's a slow-mo right here. We learned about him yesterday. Greetings, meow. Slow-mo eager chittering. I'm glad slow-mo made it out though. Affirmative meow. Agreeable caw. Friendly meow. A short coo. Okay, what are we doing here? Negative meow. Chittering dismissively. Inquisitive meow. Confused coo? Doubtful meow. Is this one of those things where I can just do this forever and it's just gonna keep randomly generating it and I'm wasting my time? Yeah, I'm starting to think this is just randomly generated and gonna keep going forever. One more. Confident meow. Curt chitters. Well, no, I guess it does end. Look at that. What was the point of it? I don't know. What is this? We're in some kind of weird space-time continuum thing. Six or seven men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from the ditch and he could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them. Instead, he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as he shaped the trench. It was wet dirt, mud really. It made a hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. One man was louder than the rest. He had a nervous laugh that sucked up all the air around him. Here at the bottom of the hollow there were patches of mud everywhere. Water pooled on the ground or just below the surface. That was the danger. The laughter quieted into agreed chuckles and he could feel the men approaching. Alright, I'll be going here in just a second. Let's just go and check around real quick. Alert meow. Something in the bushes stirs. Inquisitive meow. No response. It's a strange town. Weather. Kind of want to check this out, but I mean, I don't have opposable thumbs to go in there. I think that might be everything, though. Well, looks like Ron took a break. You deserve a break, Ron. I hate that this happened, man. It truly is sad. You hate to see the devastation like this, man. But you also have to hope that they can just, you know, bring everything together. Alert meow. A family of small mice huddled beneath the debris. Predatory meow. The mice retreat into the shadows. Okay, well, looks like we did everything. Otherwise, it's just gonna be these guys walking around. So let's go check and see what this is. It's pretty strange looking. Well, the mailbox says 5 Dogwood Drive. Do you hear the music? No. Is there any mail in there? Is there a doormat? Sometimes a key is under a doormat. What am I saying? Is there any mail in there? Wait, is that Emily? Like if someone wrote them a letter, maybe their name is on it. Just don't open any of that. It says final notice. Those are secret. It just showed up. The house. Oh, is this your place? Weird time for new construction, but what do I know? It just showed up. The house. When? Where did it come from? Who lives here? Where did it come from? Maybe it blew it in with the storm. Emily shrugs. Maybe it blew in with the storm. Okay. It feels warmer in here somehow, right? Nobody lives here? It feels warm in here. Warm and brighter. Strangely comfortable. Nobody lives here? It's actually quite spacious. Nobody lives here? Well, somebody ordered some furniture. If someone does live here, they keep it pretty tidy. It's actually quite spacious. Yeah, you could fly a plane in here. The light in here is pretty great, actually. What this town needs is a kitchen. Oh yeah, somewhere to cook all the beans. I'm always thinking about those beans. There's so much room though, we could set up a whole studio. Eat a lot of beans. We could rebuild the garden, grow some vegetables. That'd be nice. How about tomatoes? I think I saw some down tomato plants out there. Mushrooms won't grow here because there's too much light. I could set up a new workshop here. I'd like to get out of town before dark. I could set up a new workshop here. I could fix TVs again or whatever people need. Hell, I could fix toasters. Maybe work on that big video synthesizer thing. Fix that up. One could really fit a lot of books in here. I'd love to perform in a place like this. At sunset? There's so much stuff just spread all over the place from the storm. I kind of feel like I'm on stage right now, actually. Know what I mean, man? Yeah, but who's the audience? Everybody's leaving. Weird acoustics. Like, you get little echoes before the sounds themselves. I like it. Feels like it's time to move forward. We need to make sure and preserve some of this stuff before the next big storm. So whatever lives here next will know who came before. And may only be a show for raccoons. You think more people will come after these people leave? We can put on a play for all the animals. At least there'll always be bugs. That's what I like. That's what I like about bugs. I'd like to see that. We saved what we could. Hey cat, I'll race you. Race me where? From here to that pile of mail. Okay? What mail? Come stand here. This is the starting line. I don't know what pile of mail you're talking about. Go! Okay. Cat, you gotta run faster than that. You cheated! You cheated! Alright. I think you cheated. Oh, you're pretty fast. Okay, oh, I won. Is that it? Okay, I guess that's it. Okay. Where am I supposed to be heading? No. Yeah. Greeting meow. Oh, hi kitty. Chatty meow. Yes, it's a beautiful day. I guess the weather was pretty bad last night, though. Meow. You're a chatty one, aren't you? I can be. I mean, I'm a cat, you know? What else do I gotta do? I run around, meow, clean myself, fanciful meow. Sure, whatever you say, haha. Coffee and tunes. Sounds like my kind of place. Kurt meow. Oh, you done pissed that cat off. Alright, well, take it easy. Okay. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going or what I'm supposed to be doing. A lot of birds still over there, but we already did the bird thing. Oh, look at that paper boat float. There's a cat right here. Maybe do something with the cat? Nope. Choppy seas today, Captain. Oh, this, God dang it. Clyde lay on his back on the runway, hands folded behind his head, halfway between dreams and the afternoon sun. He entertained the memory of delusion that he survived a plane crash and was vaguely unhappy about the dream when the dream faded. Coming into land, he slammed into a truck. The driver probably thought the runway was another road. The runway smelled like oil, years of leaky light aircraft taking off and landing. All the state said they wanted was to knock down some trees, mini trees, and build a road tying this small town to the larger web of streets and highways that entombed the rest of the country. It would bring in new goods, new people, maybe even some cash from tourism. Many of the residents supported the idea. But Clyde and his inner circle of stunt pilots turned mail carriers, knew that a road would be the end of their secluded paradise. Goodbye, small town America. Choppy seas today, Captain. Aye, Captain, let's reinforce the sails. Doesn't look like it has any sails. I mean, just kind of a boat. A boat that looks like a paper hat, to be honest. Damn, he's still cranking over here. No miss, they don't scare me at all. If you met them, you'd feel the same way, I'm sure. I'm just curious, I guess. I know them pretty well by now, but I'd like to have known them better. No, they don't scare us. I don't believe old George would have hurt us. He's kind and a bit of a bookworm, so far as I can tell. He's a very old one, and nobody can quite figure her out, but I can't imagine she means any harm. George. I leave the radio on for him at night. He seems to like the AM call-in shows, but just out of tune. Sometimes Rita finds a book from the old library and we leave it out for him. I think he likes that. I've got to imagine he likes it anyways. Well, wouldn't you? I guess you must keep pretty busy. To tell you the truth, I feel a little bad I won't be here to care for them anymore. Isn't that something? I'm leaving at sunset. If you like, I'll help you find a bus back to Lithuania. Lithuania, you said? So you're playing some music in Nashville later. That's a good place for it, I guess. I'm leaving at sunset. My uncle is very dying. I should be there to see him through it. Oh, sure, there's always so much to do at home. That seems to be one place where we're always needed. But with everyone gone, who will feed these ghosts? Yeah, you're making the right move. There's nothing here anymore for the living. With everyone gone, who will feed the ghosts? So these people are from the past? I truly don't know. I'm trying to keep the timeline in my brain, but I truly don't know at this point. Like, this is all very strange. I thought I had a good rap on it. Really never been a road to this place. Why not? So how did you all get food out here? Slow-mo crow. Gentle cooing, anxious scraping noises. Gentle cooing. That's what I figured. How'd they manage that? That's what I figured. An indignant caw. You chitters. Indignant caw. Makes sense to me. What is this? A detailed series of chitters. Undulating coo. I guess we could, but it sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, okay. Will you stick around to help? One confident caw. You're right. I'll think about it. Okay, then. Guess we better get started. I don't know what I just agreed to, but I want to help Slow-mo Crow. He's a good bird. Been there for us and through tough times. Just kind of looking around. Junebug. Nice little setup you got, Clyde. It ain't like it used to be around here, I'll tell you that. No, nice little setup. Yeah, it's alright. Many afternoons have come and gone right here listening to this radio, taking a break from some maintenance work. I wish I had space like this to work on my bike. It's a custom job, the Weird Vector. What do you know about motorcycles? It's a custom job, Weird Vector. Okay, I think I've seen those. Nice and light. Not light enough to fly, of course. No, I can't say that means anything to me. I get bored quick with anything that can't get closer to heaven. I guess you don't have much use for a bike in town with no roads. How's the plane looking anyways? Oh, I'll have her up and running again this afternoon, no problem. It hurts to look at, doesn't it? You hate to see such a beautiful creature in pain. No, we're gonna stick positive with this. Just a couple bends in the wrong places. I need to tune some of the pulleys. It's a delicate ballet of engineering, miss. You might be surprised. Just a couple bends in the wrong places. Well, it's just lucky I have all the parts here. Difficult to mail order with no roads. Cass never would have let it get this bad. I'll tell you that. There was one thing Cass always insisted on about this place. No roads leading in or out. Hell, we can always fly. To tell you the truth, I've long suspected the reason Cass never wanted any roads here was just to keep the horses safe. And now... happy horses, man. I don't even really care about horses, but it's still sad. There you are. I think the other cat was looking for you. Will you be family now? Funny how you stick together and you still act like you're alone. That's the cat way, huh? Always alone together. Miss Shannon's like that, I think. Just like that old man we were traveling with. Conway. He can't help it though. I think he forgot how to do anything else. It seemed like it made him unhappy, but he thought he deserved it, I guess. Oh man, Conway. Conway. Emily, what's this? Why are you running off, cat? I'm trying to talk to this lady. I don't know, you tell me. What is this? Curious meow. Aw, man, it's totally broken. Inquisitive meow. Waterlogged tapes. They might still play. Who knows? VHSs are hard to break. But all the VCRs are shot. You can get more. No big deal. You can rebuild. Trust me. I don't even know where to put all this. I hate to call it trash. I mean, I would check to see if it works first. I wonder if that garbage truck still works. Yeah, I've been through something like this when a hurricane came through. This is pretty much what my job looked like right here. Took them a while to rebuild it. Hell, half of it still isn't rebuilt. Some of these are really old. Maybe we should open them. What could it hurt? Scolding meow. He says not to open other people's mail, kid. I know what he said. I like how everybody can understand this cat. But if they're not even here to open it themselves... I won't tell a soul. Junebug's on board. Hell, do it. I don't even know whose mail that is. Real quick, let's see if these people have anything to say. Doubt it, but... Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at that. It's always worth checking. You never know. Rita tore up weeds. Elmo stood next to her with a bucket. She passed him the uprooted weeds, and he stuffed them in the bucket. They worked this way for a few hours. Dark clouds drifted slowly closer, but wouldn't arrive until evening. Uprooted weeds. Rita and Elmo left to get some tea. The bucket of weeds sat warming in the sun. The dandelions wilted and the clover dried. Some wayward insects continued to eat. When Rita and Elmo returned, they assumed the same roles and continued working. The garden was coming along as well as they could hope. Given months of neglect, given months of neglect. When the plant shut down, the company abruptly pulled out of the area and took a large part of the town's population with it. This included the Carver family, who had tended this garden, the largest and most productive in town, for years. Now the garden would be cared for by a new family and feed what was left of the town and whatever it became next. They didn't know much about gardening, but they were prepared to learn on the job. They knew for sure that they would plant tomatoes. Those had grown well from this garden in the past. Rita and Elmo worked until it started to rain. The rain washed their sweat into the dirt. Okay. Nice little garden right here. Let's go see what this lady's up to. Until finally it just gave way. But you did good work. It's not your fault. They didn't let you finish, that's all. If they let you finish, oh, forget about it. Who are you talking to? This place would be it would be dry as a bone. You always did good work. Who are you talking to, Nikki? You crazy? Inquisitive meow. It's a memorial. Okay. To whom? Somebody that could control the weather? How would this place be bone dry if it flooded? Strange. Ring an envelope. How about Greg Rabbit? Greg the Rabbit? No, like Rabbit is his last name. Well, there's no Greg or Rabbit here. Not anymore, at least. Great. Are they trying to deliver the mail? Ezra opens the envelope. It is our privilege? Privilege? It is our privilege to inform you that your Apple application Ezra Shrine has been accepted. Your studies can begin as soon as you arrive. Ooh, somebody got accepted to university. Congratulations. You know what? Nice for them. Good job. Yeah, good job, Greg. You did it. I'm proud of you, Greg. And I don't even know you. I hope he got that message eventually. I wonder what he studied. Artichokes. Gotta study those artichokes. What? No, architecture. Artichokes, architecture. I meant architecture. Honestly, what's the difference? I personally don't know. See what this cat's all about. Meow. Curious meow. Something brown scurries up the side of the tree. Probably a squirrel if I had to guess. Surprise meow. A squirrel? Too fast to tell. Yeah, I'd be worried about that too. Johnny and... is this Nikki? Yep, Nikki. Well, it isn't just the rodents. The floor mostly rotted, I think. You fall right through. I'm surprised they're still standing after last night. All the buildings? No, most of them have good bones. It's just these ones the power company built that are rotten. Probably because they cheaped out. Oh, okay. Yeah, the power company moved in here a while back and set it up like their own little town. For the workers. A lot of the workers passed away. But they didn't build them too good, huh? Surprise, surprise. It's garbage. They couldn't be bothered. The power company was a real... I lived in that one over there, in fact, when I first came here to work at the power company. Or power plant. Oh, yeah? I wouldn't set foot in there now, though. Power company's a bunch of jackholes. No good. Love them and leave them. That's what they did. You hate to see it. But at the same time, you always knew it was going to happen. Can't trust big companies. That's capitalism for you. Only about their bottom line and nothing else. Does it work? I don't know. I think you wind it here. No, it doesn't. I could probably fix it. I bet you could, Ezra. Oh, you could definitely fix it, man. And then you'd have a new robot friend. And then I'd have a new robot friend. You already have two. I mean, do you really need another? They might get jealous. Heavier than they look. No, horses look pretty heavy. I mean, sure, everyone's heavier after they've passed. It's only natural. The spirit has no weight. In fact, it lifts us up a little. Greeting, meow. Oh, it's you again. Hey, man. Be nice to me. Done nothing wrong. Friendly meow. Yeah, well, feel free to pitch in. Nah, I mean, you look like you got it covered, Ron. I'm sure this will go a lot quicker with 2 of us on it. Not really my thing, dude. Sorry. Argumentative meow. Busy, huh? What, left a sunbeam unslept in? Yeah, man, I got things to do. I'm a cat of many talents. Parting meow. Suit yourself, I'll be here. Marianne, I saw the design on a barn somewhere. Would you believe it came to me in a dream? I saw the design on a barn somewhere. Out by Lexington, so it might have been a horse barn, I think. It really spoke to me. I had to pull over and sketch it right away. I don't usually work from sketches, but I keep this one with me. I don't even know why. Do you think it works for this? It's nice. What's it for? Your day off, or is the bureau closed today? They're gonna put this up on the old barn as part of the ceremony. I'm honored to tell you the truth. Maybe it'll be kind of like a marker. I've never painted a grave before, a marker before. Maybe. Alright, cat. Where are we running off to now? I don't see anybody or any white cats. I don't know where we're supposed to go next. I see them. But they don't. Okay. She watched him. She stood in her own shadow. A few deer hunters and talkers walked past but said nothing to the seer. Didn't even look. She studied the path. This was the path the seer found in her scrying game. A series of private dice rolls and inscrutable diagrams. The community trusted this game and it had led them to fish-filled streams. Intimate knowledge of the elements and the stars. Even here at the C-Note settlement, they trusted it without understanding it. And now the game had revealed to the seer this vital route, which would lead them to safety before the next flood came. At the end of the route, she'd been seen a safe, quiet place, caverns of leathery black birds, a lake of eyeless fish, a towering flame. Now the diver walked the mountains, memorizing the route. He was almost ready. Route, I don't know what you'd say. I could just say route. Probably route. Okay, I've already looked at all this. Where is the next plot point? I don't know where the next plot point is. Am I supposed to go back here? Did I overlook something? No, it's not here. What did I miss? They're not still going through this mail. And am I supposed to be messing with these guys? No. What did I miss? Oh. Look at this place, the library. Oh, what a mess. Do you know how long you have to be asleep before you can start dreaming? I'm basically like this building. This building's only next of kin. I feel like I should give you a tour, but let's skip to the good part. Any questions? Did they ever cook food here? Was it for people or animals? Did it have a secret name or just regular one? What kind of parties did they have here? Absolutely, there was a whole kitchen. They weren't too precious about the books, I guess. Well, what are books for except reading and accumulating stains? They had a barbecue pit out back, but I think most of them were vegetarian. I like that kind of history, the lived-in details. My friend Bert says the work of history is to find a pattern in the unmasked questions. That's how you know people have always been people, always made choices and nothing was inevitable. I can feel the pressure building in those details. I hope I'm still around when it finally explodes. Yeah, this is a special place. I feel a little guilty. You'd fit right in here. Sure, it's a mess right now, but there's some residual energy from the fearless experiments that I don't think will ever dissipate. I could stay here. I don't think I want to live in a place like this. I don't think I want to live in a place like Junie and John. Well, hey, oh, hi. Hey, aren't you? To Ezra. That's good. What's good, little dude? We're talking about the library. We're talking about history. We're talking about the people who built this. We're talking about the library. Is this your family? Oh, are you in the band? Friends of yours? Is this your family? Ezra looks at Johnny. Johnny looks at Junebug. Junebug looks at Ezra. Yeah, that's right. This is my family now. Just some friends we met on the road, but I guess now we'll split up probably. I feel like I'm Ron dug a grave. I feel like I'm making decisions that I don't know that I'm making. Hey, this book is pretty is in pretty good shape. The City of Ladies. Ladies? Interesting. Meow. Curious meow. Oh, no, I've never read it either. Good question. Let's take a look. Here we go. Minerva, Circe, Sappho, and some ladies from the Bible. Nosy meow. I think they all get together and build a city. Sounds nice. It'll get us a bus ticket, huh? I'll get us a bus ticket, huh? Okay, let's go see what these guys want. Hello? Maybe they're getting them some waffles. Ever since then, I've just been treating it like a little cafe for the town. But before that, it was the company store. Oh yeah, you like to cook? Sure, I'd make some waffles that'll blow your mind if the power's back on. I'm about as good at cooking as I am at predicting the weather. If you want, and you promise to keep it a secret, I'll pass on my waffle recipe before you head out. I will take my waffle recipe to the grave. Pass it on. Why so secretive? It's okay, I don't really eat. Why so secretive? The mystery adds to the flavor. I just can't bear the thought of any son of a bitch from that power company eating one of my waffles. Mystery adds to flavor. Well, I know I'm not sticking around. You think I'll do anything with this place? You think you'll do anything with this place? We ought to just set this place on fire. No. Hey, people gotta eat, right? Well, some people. Well, think of something. What are the acoustics like? Okay. Oh, what is this over here? Man, this is a big old cupcake. Or it's probably just a bunch of flowers, but it could be a big cupcake. You never know. 3A. Lay paper flat. 3B. Bring bottom left corner to the top right corner. 3C. Crease with firm, steady pressure. This looks like some origami. Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrist. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift, and she made dozens of flowers. Ron had bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. 11. Repeat step 4A7 for each petal, taking care not to rip the filaments from step 9. She imagined that the insects that would pollinate paper flowers, watercolor bees or wasps that left ink stains when they stung. A commotion outside caught Nikki's attention. Men yelling, blows landing. She put down her work and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. So there's a fight going on. Let's go find that cat. That fight cat. Fight cat. Fight cat. You gonna go through this water, cat? Oh, he sure is. This is very morbid. This weather makes you kind of wish it never stopped raining. 6 feet, that's the standard for people anyways, but You think after a big storm like that, the humidity ought to break. No such luck. It's that damn heat. It got it in my bones, and now it feels like it won't ever get out. It won't ever get out. You could throw my bones in a pot of water and it'd boil. Bet they'd hate that back at the old job. Alternative energy. Maybe I ought to keep digging until I get to the cold earth so that they can rest. 6 feet's the rule for a person, and let's say the average person is 5'9". Maybe I ought to stick to the traditional depth out of respect. Is that respect to treat them like us, or is it more respectful to treat them like what they were? Just what are we burying here anyways? Is it them or us, or some mix of both? God knows they weigh more than any person. I bet the old company had a whole chapter full of regulations on it. That'd be handy by now. Well, at least as a starting point, or what not to do. So heavy. Waterlogged. God, that's not how I want to remember them. Just got so deep so fast. It shouldn't have been that deep there, and I know who to blame, I tell you what. It's so dark, man. The neighbors were the soul of this shitty town. And the neighbors, as you can see, is capitalized. If you guys remember, was the horses. The horses that we saw at the barn and stuff like that. So it really is very sad. Like, just really sad. The neighbors were the soul of this shitty town. Now it's empty, even before we left. It's good to bury them. Lucky I was still around to do it. Man, that's really sad. Aw, oh, damn, there he goes. Can we go in after him? In the bushes? Yeah. After the raccoon? Yeah. No. No. But it's probably full of thorns. Can you guys feel thorns? You're metal. Yeah, but raccoon. It's not happening. Come on, Junebug. Don't be such a killjoy. Okay. Oh, don't pout. Tell you what, if that raccoon comes back into town, we'll leave some food out for him. Say you swear. Yes, ma'am. Okay. You do love me some raccoons. Very cute. I love them so much. I love raccoons. What about you guys? Hey! Don't run in the graveyard. Disrespectful. Why not? It's dangerous, disrespectful. You never know. People are trying to rest. Annoyed meow. Agreed. Was that it? That's everything? Okay, can't go any further back. Come on, cat. Let's roll. Let's ride, Clyde. Let's see what else we gotta see around this old town. It's a weird bit of chug for a game that's so simple. Like, what is he even hitching up on, you know? Kind of waiting for this engine to start. There you go. You got it. You got it. Let that bad boy purr. Oh, got it working. Didn't take. He was right too. It didn't take him any time. Ezra, you got anything to say about this? Ooh, spooky lad right there. Where are you flying to? Flying? Ha! I'm just checking to see if everything is working okay. You could fly her somewhere if you wanted to though, right? Of course. It's kind of the point of a plane. So, why don't you? Here we go. Keep your distance now. Okay, not really an answer, but... Okay, looks like he is fine. This, I mean, there's a man right in front of you. Ghost man. Pass right through. Yep, just pass right through him. Hey, there's more stuff. There was only that rug there before. Might be low on gas. Oh, wait, no, wait. Damn it, cat. Look how the cat is like shaking his paws and stuff. Look at that mud on him. Alright, let's see what's going on. Cat down, cat down. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft. Cass shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters. Demand for aerial stunts having faded almost completely, and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found for their remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work delivering mail to remote rural areas, but this place was abandoned. Cass Card predicted they'd be here for quite a while. Your front wheels seem to be stuck. Of course, I don't know anything about anything, so maybe they're not. I'm back. Into the tape recorder. Part 4, subsection G, notes on inhabitants. In the tape recorder, part 5, addendum, note on soil. Most have relocated already prior to the transitional event. Small group mixturation of residents. To Shannon, resident or visitor? Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, right? I can spot you easy now. I'm making a survey of the site for potential reclamation. We've had our eyes on this site for years. Initial results are promising. I think this may be the moment we finally reclaim this ghost town. Alright, well don't set up shop just yet, huh? Okay. I don't want them to reclaim it. I really like this knife. Yeah, they're cleaning this out pretty well. It has a aura, you know what I mean? Like a murder knife. An aura? Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut apples. It's meant for greater things. Yes, ma'am. Cutting up slabs of bacon. I do love bacon. Love it. Alright, Mr. Kitty Cat. Or Miss Kitty Cat. Ooh. This guy's in the shade. He's got the right idea. Damn, he's got the right idea. The seer huddled in the small cave. The deer hunters ran by, shielding their eyes from the torrential rain. It must have looked like she was taking shelter, but she was waiting for the water to rise and envelop her. The water was warm. It rose above her knees. It reminded her of the womb. She closed her eyes. She wondered where the diver was now, if he had found the end of the route. Whatever. Was he on his way back, or had he been lost underground? Either way, it was too late. She thought back to the first flood, long before her birth, a flood where she had only seen in dice rolls. She stayed there for a while, and then opened her eyes again. Now the water was crossing her heart. She took the game pieces from her bag and released them gently into the flood. Seems like a relatively strange thing to do. You might, if it's flooding, you might not want to be at that location, but I'm also not here to judge. Curious meow. Oh, I don't know, just a bunch of old stuff. It's hard to imagine someone ordering this. Like these things specifically. Why these things? This folding rocking chair, it's nice, but it's so peculiar peculiar. Someone really wanted this chair. Now we're setting it all up, trying to reverse engineer this person we never met. I kind of feel like we are that person. We're making that person right now together. Yeah, thanks. That helps. Hey, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Meow. Time for me to meowsy. Kid, this is a morbid place for you to be. Wait, hand me that rag, would you? The one that's with the embroidered bird on it. God dang that hole. This one? Does it have a bird on it? I think so. Don't you know what a bird looks like? Yeah, but it's pretty small. I thought it was some letters. I guess that could be a bird on there. Well, it's a rag, ain't it? As long as it's a rag, I guess it'll work for mopping sweat. Yeah, it's a rag for sure. Guys making progress. Black horse, white horse. Man. Happy neighbors, dude. Stupid flood. Why you gotta go and murder those horses? They ain't done nothing to nobody. Let me in. Go in. Go in. Go in. Go in. Alright, damn it, cat. Alright, man, let's see what you got. This one looks like it might still play. Oh, Bill Monroe. Great. A lot of burbs up here. Yeah, we had a few of his. Oh, you see that big shadow just move? Man, this is a barnstormer popular. They used to be, but then the jukebox started to wear down. I don't even know where this place is. The longer it would run, the slower it would play. And then these weird echoes would start to come in. Like the music was leaking and just pulling up in the bottom somewhere until everything was drowning. After a few hours, no matter what you put in that jukebox, it'd come out strange, wrong. I don't know, that sounds pretty cool to me, man. So, this episode is pretty much just like we've made it to where we were trying to make it the whole time, which was this weird city that is like out of a time loop. We didn't make it with Conway, unfortunately, but the rest of the group made it. Now we're a cat, and I think the reason we're a cat is because like we're not playing as any one person, because now we made their decisions for so long, now we're just watching them go. We're still kind of making decisions for them, but they made it to this town, and now it's like, is this where they're going to live from now on? Are they about to, you know, keep this town going even though everybody else is leaving and we're going to rebuild it? What's going to happen here? Rita, I even lived in there for a bit. No way. Looks like a church. Yeah, too drafty. I moved out 1 minute and never looked back. It gets cold? Most places do. Sure, when the sun is down. Nice old church, though. Perfect place for cats. Really nice. Could make a nice workshop. There you go. Out with the old, in with the new settlers. That's life, ain't it? That's life. I mean, everything's still in pretty good condition for the flood coming through and, like, you know, messing up a lot. I mean, there's still some houses that are in good shape. Honestly, the garden's still in great shape. This house is here. I don't know what's up with it, but it's here. If it actually had walls on it or something, you know, it might be nice. But I don't know. TV station's gone though. Emily. Yeah, I'll miss them for sure. Beautiful creatures and so thoughtful. And Rita never got as many bands to come up here as she would have liked, I think, but it was always a blast. I bet. Where do you think that you'll go? Where do you think you'll go? Oh, I don't know. For now, I'm just poking around the rubble. Yeah, hard to say. Everybody's leaving. Not that I blame them. I don't know for now. Emily pulls a videotape out of the rubble. Emily pulls a piece of slate adorned with a partial circuit diagram out of the rubble. Emily pulls a broken projector out of the rubble. Videotape. Home movies? The label's all muddy. It could be. We showed a lot of them at the station. Probably some weird art video, statistically speaking. Emily pulls a piece of slate adorned with a partial circuit diagram out of the rubble. Hey, I've got one of those. It's this is part of James' schematic for the sand and image processor. Damn, this is valuable information. Some kind of image filter, a voltage regulator, a source of uncertainty. Very little I can salvage here. It wouldn't mean anything anyways. It's kind of a package deal. I think the ceremony is around dusk. You need the tapes and the station and the people. If one part is missing, the whole thing falls apart. Yeah, I've been there. Time to find a new package, honey. So now we're just kind of seeing this town after the storm, you know? Are they gonna rebuild? Are they gonna leave? I'm telling you, I lived this. Like, this is all very familiar to me. The tarps on the roof, like, it's all super familiar. Jesus. Who did you say it was, brother? Who was it fell by the way? When whiskey and blood run together, did you hear anyone pray? I didn't hear nobody pray, dear brother. I didn't hear nobody pray. I heard the crash on the highway, but I didn't hear nobody pray. I ain't singing. When I heard the crash on the highway, I knew what it was from the start. I went to the scene of destruction, and a picture was stamped on my heart. There was whiskey and blood all together, mixed with glass where they lay. Death played her hand in destruction, but I didn't hear nobody pray. I wish I could change this sad story that I am now telling you. But there is no way I can change it. For somebody's life is now through. Their soul has been called by the Master. What is that? They died in a crash on the way. What is that? I think they just floated through. And I heard the groans of the dying, but I didn't hear nobody pray. Ooh, that was a big bird. I didn't hear nobody pray, dear brother. I didn't hear nobody pray. I wonder if that was Julian. I heard the crash on the highway, but I didn't hear nobody pray. Are you just singing the same thing over and over? Dude, nobody's helping this man. Like, he is having to dig this grave for these horses all on his own. a sad, dark task this man has been set upon. I mean, you're already dealing with your entire town that was destroyed. Now you're having to bury the dead by yourself. Who else we got around here? Hello? Hello? Wow. Seems to be working okay. Julian's gonna love this. I thought I saw Julian flying around. Who? Meow. Excited meow. Yeah, it's amazing. Right on. Looks like maybe a couple more things got moved in. I do not know where the next... I'm sorry, I'm trying to kind of listen to. Sometimes you can hear audio cues. Alright, this cat's just gonna run in a circle here. Alright. I don't know where Ron went. I don't think it's at the bottom of that. Look at all those burbs. Is that Ron? Yeah, that's Ron. You didn't even give me a pet, Ron. What the heck? The burbs up there, though. Alright. Well, they all moved over. Got yourself a stork, some parrots, some crows, some other things. Get back to your... Oh, oh, oh. Hey y'all, thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to. Well, if anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure and speak up, okay? I think Ron's heading through the woods tonight, back to the road if you want to caravan. Why tonight? Like, there's houses, just wait till the morning, but whatever. You staying in? Yeah, sure, I'll stay. At least for a while. I just want to make sure everyone has somewhere to go. I think we're going to build something here again. This place has good bones. I think we can build something again. For right now, though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbors. Nikki has a poem. I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbors were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one, out in the woods. Why didn't anybody ever give them names? The silver one. Well, I guess he was gray, but his coat looked silver in the light. So I always called him that in my head. And the other one is the other one. And I loved these horses. But you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So, I'm sorry, silver one and other one. Sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserved better names. Also, I'm sorry I'm so bad at this. Anybody else have anything to say? I've got something to say. I was thinking about when all those canned carrots showed up in the mail. We didn't give them names because their names weren't ours to give. Ron's got something. I want to hear what Ron has to say. I just want to say these horses used to crap on my floors, but it never bothered me too much. I never mentioned it to anyone. I didn't want to make a thing out of it, but if we're clearing the air, well, that happened and it's okay. I mean, recently too, I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. It would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just want to say that. I would have cleaned up after any of you if you crapped on my floor. Oh, Ron, man. Oh, I barely know you guys. Don't make me sad. Ugh. Thanks, Ron. I was thinking about when all those canned carrots showed up. We didn't give them names because their names weren't ours to give. The horses were here before us, you know. They came with the people from Central America, you know, the Utopians, the people of nothing. The people of nothing arrived by horseback in October, and their first experiment was to free the horses. That was generations ago, of people and horses. I don't know when we started calling them the neighbors. We should have called them the people, I think. They were the only consistent residents of this place for over 100 years, and now they're all gone. Who are the people now? Okay, I guess we'd better move on. Nikki, you ready? Thanks for sticking around, like Emily said. It's so good to have you all here for this. Well, the weather turned out okay today, didn't it? I know some people had to leave already. I don't judge anyone for that. I think the neighbors would have liked this. All of us gathered here. They like to be around people. So sad. Why is it so sad? Maya, you and the other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company to dig a ditch, and the company worked him good and hard and for less than he was worth, but it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable. First out of shame, then grief, then anger. I wanted to write a poem because the neighbors led me through that time. This is a poem for the neighbors, but also for this town. I used to sit with them out in the woods. There's a clearing out there. It's about 20 minutes walk directly from everything. I mean, there's no reason to walk that direction unless you're going to this clearing. The neighbors like to graze there. There's a certain grass they like best. It only grows in partial shade, deep in the woods. I'd go out to that clearing and just watch them, in my shame, grief, and anger. And they knew. Any of you who spent time with these horses will remember. They knew just what I was feeling. I could tell. It radiated off of them like sweat evaporating. Creatures of pure compassion and forgiveness. That kind of forgiveness Frost meant when he wrote something we somehow haven't to deserve. When I go, I want to be buried out there in that clearing and feed that grass they loved. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. Nikki clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding. I think the grass will never grow again. We all leave town and call that town a ghost, for we who stayed in shame to penance pay. For we who stayed in shame to penance pay, and hope to mercy find right where we sinned. Those hopes are withered, no mercy left. Who could forgive us now we've buried our merciful friends? Nikki closed her eyes for a moment before continuing. Nikki directs her attention to Shannon. Nikki hands tremble a bit as she reads from the paper. Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so. Our better selves, clear of ourselves. Where we can see their glory glow, they glow now underground, our friends with love. This is so sad. I have no will now left to comfort you. Our neighbors left us here, though not alone. To greener pastures we might say, but lie. Our neighbors left us here, but not alone. So let me try instead to share your woe. But staring at the clouds my vision showed. Where friends have gone we hope one day to go. No, so let me try instead to share your woe. Here we lay our town and friends to rest. In distant valleys home to better friends. Below the earth and damp and torch-like caves. Here we lay our town and friends to rest. May yet someday a new and hale grass grow. Return their souls in peace and gently roam. Some other cherished fools will build their home. So pretty much what we wrote. Our neighbors left us here, though not alone. So let me try instead to share your woe. Here where we lay our town and friends to rest. Return their souls in peace and gently roam. That's beautiful. Beautiful and sad, but yet kind of hopeful at the same time. Then we buried the horses.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life, a beautiful place of man. sky so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to Him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet Him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet Him face to face in glory at last. Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, He'll say, while trusting that soul redeeming love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
sorry. I was, So that was wild. That was, I don't understand, like, cause I don't know why this isn't unlocked right here. You know, usually, see how we have all these pips cleared up? But this one is still empty, but we can't play it. It won't let me click it. It won't let me. So I don't know if that's something that they're gonna be releasing later, but that doesn't make any sense. You know? Like, there's one part of the thing that we aren't, I don't know what's up with that. But this did not end how I thought it was gonna end. I thought it was gonna at least not be so sad, but I wrote on here, I know you can't read it, but I wrote on here, Junebug uses IOU to save Conway. If you remember, it was in, like, whenever in the act that we actually meet Junebug and them, it was what, 3 or 4, oh no, I'm sorry, 2 or 3, at the Hard Times Whiskey, yeah, it was Act 3, and at the place that only sold the Hard Times Whiskey, he couldn't pay, so he gave them an IOU, which means that the IOU is actually, the debt is from the actual Hard Times Whiskey place, so I thought she was gonna go down there and use that to save Conway. Man. What an ending. And we never got to see that one chick, Shannon's cousin. Like, we never got to meet her, but maybe that's kind of the point of it, you know what I mean? You just never find her. You kind of follow her along the way. You see the lives that she touched, but you don't understand where she goes, where she not. But it all ended up the same, and I still don't understand some of the timey-wimey stuff. Like, so it ends up that Emily, Ben, and the other guy, Bob, or whatever his name was, the 3 that you see playing dice in the very first episode, I thought they were in the future, but I guess they weren't. Their thing was happening the same time, so I don't understand why they couldn't see us. That's so weird. I don't know, this is definitely something I'm gonna have to think about, but it was so sad. It was just such a sad ending. I didn't expect that. So Conway, you know, he just gets taken. You never see him again. So pretty much everything is, his legacy is, I guess, finished. He paid for, he just had to pay for what he did, which was alcohol finally caught up to him, and I guess you can't always escape your past, and eventually this game, pretty much the premise of this game is everybody's debt is gonna come due. You know what I mean? And you know, you want everybody to have a happy ending, especially, you know, he seemed like a really not likable guy, and he tried his best, but in the end, his addiction got the better of him, and he just let it go. He just let himself go, which was super sad, man. And then, luckily, his friends was able to take it on, and I guess the journey was supposed to be for him to make it so that he could start anew. I think he was supposed to make it to that town and, you know, build that house and start his own life. Because if you remember, that was his final journey. So if his journey had ended there, he would have been with those people and he would have helped rebuild that town. But he didn't make it. So now the people that he got along the way, they're the ones that made it to that town. And now, like, pretty much everybody else got to be one big family, except for him. Even though, because of Conway, they all met each other. But unfortunately, he didn't get to reap the benefits of rebuilding that town and becoming that one big family that, you know, Ezra and them were looking for. And that's just so sad. That really is sad. I wanted better for Conway because I liked him, but damn, that really is sad. Okay, well, I really don't have much more to say, guys. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Hopefully it's not gonna be the last episode. I am gonna see if I can find out how to unlock this, and if you guys want to see it, then I'll play through episode 4, because remember, we're supposed to play through episode 4 twice just to see what the other stuff on that boat is. If you want to see that, let me know and I'll record it and I'll get that done for you guys. But yeah, other than that, guys, I really appreciate you for sticking with me. Hopefully, you know, episode 5 was worth the wait for me. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I've been pretty vocal about how much I like this game, and yeah, I mean, they did a fantastic job. They truly did, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys thought of the journey, and if it was worth it to you, or do you feel like you wasted your time? You know, I know a lot of us wanted Conway to make it, and it's really sad and really unfortunate, but that's just how life goes sometimes. But yeah, guys, that's the end of it. I hope to see you with the next video series. Bye-bye.